In this video, I'm going to talk about subtext. What does that mean and why is it important for an actor? So you want to stick around. Hey everybody, my name is Doug Fall. This is Augmented Actor, where we help you augment your acting career with tips, tactics, and tech. So what is subtext? Well, it's that unspoken thing in the scene. Any script that you approach as an actor will have subtext in it. Subtext is what is not spoken in the script. If a scene is about a couple having an argument because one of them breaks their favorite dish, it is almost never about that dish. You're talking about the dish, but there's something else going on. There's something else churning in that relationship that is being not spoken. There's some other thing that the characters are thinking about that isn't being expressed. That is subtext. And that ties very closely in with a character's objective, with their needs, their wants, their desires in a scene. In each scene, in each sentence, each beat of a piece, you have an objective, something your character wants to accomplish. And often that's known, but often it's not known to the audience or to the other characters. It's something that's unspoken. So it's very important for you to approach any scene by asking yourself, what do I want in this scene? What am I hiding in this scene? What do I need overall? What is my ultimate goal in this play or movie, and how am I going to go about getting that? And by asking yourself all of those questions, you develop your subtext for the scene. Now, most dialogue has subtext to it. Unless you're doing some sort of exposition, explaining something to a character, or rattling off a bunch of facts about something.
He will not survive because his hemoglobin is in his subcranial cortex, and nobody can survive a subhematobal cortex transition.
There's not much subtext to those kind of dialogues, but in most dramatic scenes, comedic scenes, there is something underlying, something that's not written on the page. It's often written in the stage directions, but it's not written in the actual text. It's what drives the character through, and it underlies the dialogue that's written. Now, your subtext in a scene can change and can be different, and each actor will interpret a scene slightly differently. This is the kind of stuff that you will rehearse. When you rehearse with a director, you're going to be swapping out different subtexts for different lines of dialogue. Learning to play with subtext will help you become more flexible, will help you be more directable, will help you be able to play a little bit more and discover new things about your character. Let me give you a few examples. If your character is trying to win another character over, they're in love with them, they have a crush on them, then their subtext in any scene will be to either let that character know that, or to let them not know that, because they have to hide it somehow.
Please, leave me alone.
Or they may be nervous, and so they're trying to keep their composure. And so all of those things come into play in the subtext, into the things that are not spoken, into the actions that a character takes. If you are playing a scene and it seems like an ordinary scene and you don't quite know how to approach it, start playing around with what isn't being spoken. Start asking yourself different questions, or make different answers to those questions. So if your objective in the scene is to get somebody to like you and the scene's not quite working, well, maybe change your objective to say, I want that character to get mad at me so that I don't have to suffer the pain of being in love with them. I want them to yell at me. I want to capture their attention. Or I want to get out of the room because I'm so nervous. Change the subtext of your scene and it will change the way you play it every single time. You will discover so many new things. Then you and the director and the other actors will start to settle on the subtext that seems to heighten the drama or bring it in the direction that it needs to go, that seems the most appropriate for the piece. There are no right and wrong answers. There are only answers that lend themselves better to the project at hand. And we often get caught up in the lines. What do the words say? What am I saying about my character? I implore you to play around with ignoring the words, thinking the opposite, trying something contrasting to what the words are, and playing that, and that will give your character a little bit more mystery, a little bit more stakes, a little bit more to play around with. Hey, you might notice the shirt that I have on, and you might be wondering, hey, that's kind of a funny shirt. Where did you get that, Doug? You can find those on my website, augmentedactor.com, on the merch page, and I encourage you to buy one if you are so inclined. Hey, look, there's some videos on your screen. You don't have to stop your adventure here. You can watch one of those.